In this video, I am going to show you exactly how to build your golf swing like a golf pro would. From scratch, from the fundamentals right up through the swing. Now the reason we start with the fundamentals is because if there's something wrong there's going to be issues in the swing. Every issue there leads to manipulations in the golf swing. So we're going to start with fundamentals, right? And that includes our grip, our setup posture, the way our spine is tilted, the way our hips are orientated, where the balance is in our feet. Once we get those things right, actually that's a lot of the work done just from the fundamentals. So I recommend you work on this in 3 steps. So start off with your fundamentals, make sure you're filming, checking your swing, checking your fundamentals, making sure that you get them right, okay? So what we always start off with is the grip, right? Because that's what connects us to the club. Now, I'm not going to go in too much into what I see a lot of people do. I do that enough on social media, but I'm going to show you exactly how to apply this grip for the opposite forces in the fingers. Now the way that I think is probably easiest for you guys is the way Adam Scott does it with his left hand. You'll see he'll put his left hand out like this and make sure that he gets it in the fingers. And what you can see here is that almost my palm isn't even touching the club. I said I wasn't going to say what you guys do, but you know, you get it down here. So this is where we want it. The leverage is with the thumb and the fingers there. You can almost, even if you hold it like that, you'll get the feel for it, and then you can bring it back on, and there you can see I got a good strong left hand and I've got it in the fingers, and I can do so much with that wrist now. Okay, that's what's giving me the freedom of the wrist so that I can create a powerful golf swing like a pro. That is a great position. All right, now there are pros out there who do hold it in the palm, as we see, but they're very talented and they've worked very hard to make it work. You guys probably don't have the time to do that, so I recommend you go for this, the way a lot of pros also do, like Rory, Tiger. Some great players do this, okay? So once we have that in position, now that's going to feel weird for those of you who go for the palmy grip. So I would recommend just doing one hand at a time at first. So get this left hand right, and this would be a good opportunity for you then to start working on the setup fundamentals. So you want to make sure that if you do this drill, we're really just bending from the hip, but without pushing the butt out behind you and the weight going onto the heels. You want to bend over, bend forward, and feel the pressure goes onto the balls of your feet, which is right in this area here, okay, in front of the laces, not on the heels, not too far on the toes. So what you can do is you can actually get into your setup and kind of go from heels to toes, kind of rock back and forth, and find that center balance point. Find that point where you would jump off, right? You would jump right off the balls of the feet right here. You know, if you were going to jump, that's where you would jump. You wouldn't sit on your heels and jump. You don't get very far off the ground. So you can rock backwards and forwards to find that balance point, and find it in the balls of the feet, and then just let the legs rest. We're not over bending them. They're not poker straight. Just let them rest. Relax them. And now we're in a great setup position. You can see my arms are hanging straight down. My chest is pointing more downward instead of straight up in front of me. That's what we're after. Okay. So now we've got this position and you're working on that left hand, you're going to be able to feel like you're able to get the club here and here. So I would just recommend, as you're getting used to this, just go for half swing motions, right? We're trying to work the club straight back and up to here. Half swing motions at first, getting used to the left hand, getting used to the setup posture. And you're straight away going to see the strike is better, the contact is better, and your direction is better. And the flow of the swing is going to feel different. It's going to feel more effortless to get the contact you need. That's better. The first one was a bit dodgy. But they both went in the same direction, you know. Getting into that setup, halfway, you really feel you can drop the club right into the ball and get that ground after ball strike. Real good compression on it. So I'd recommend going through, just kind of practicing that. Working on feeling that you get that grip correct. It's going to take about 50, 60 balls to feel normal. Once it does, you're never going to go back. The setup's probably going to take the same amount of time. Well, this is a Pro V. I'm going to hit it anyway. So here, working on that contact. Okay. Next then, we want to kind of complete the setup by having a couple of checks from the face on, so you can get your camera out and check this. Now what we do see people doing, even if they do get in a setup posture like this, is that they kind of lean their upper body this way, and the spine angle, which is the angle of the spine, gets pointing towards the target. And then what you see is the right hip gets higher than the left hip. So what we want to do is we want to equalize that, have the hips level or even the right hip a little lower, and have the spine angle straight or even a little tilted back. What this allows us to do is get the right turn into the backswing, right? Whereas this, when this happens, we're always going to go this way. So we want to get level in the spine, turn, really work on that turn. That's a great setup cue for you. So checking that as well. And then once you have that all feeling good, practicing hitting balls, then we want to get the right hand back over on top like this. So you can't see anything. The right hand is on top of this club. It's not underneath. It's right on top. Okay? In the fingers. And the palm is right on top of this thumb. Once you got that, you've got the grip, you've got the setup posture, you've got the spine angle, you've got the balance in your feet. You're not ready to make a great golf swing if you get all that put together. So I would spend as much time as you need to on getting all of that correct before moving on. From here then, we're into step number 2, which is essentially working on the backswing, right? So with the backswing, even with this setup, even if you were to swing naturally, with your old tendencies might creep in. Because if you were standing, for example, like someone with their, like this, swinging inside, you might still be swinging a little inside. So we do have to have some cues to feel where we want to be. So this is a great feeling, this putting stroke action, to get the takeaway to here until the hands get just outside the right leg. This is a great move to always work on. You'll see pros, Ludwig Oberg, Justin Thomas, players like that, always looking at their takeaway, checking if they can get the start of the swing right, then generally they're going to be okay in the rest of it. So I hit a lot of shots where I just feel that, and I normally hit it pretty straight when I get that first move of the takeaway dialed in. Focusing on that. And getting that feel. Takeaway is a great place to start. So as you're feeling that, it should very much feel almost like you're having the arms in front like this. You're rotating the upper half of the body. You're not rotating the whole body from the core, because then it'll go in behind you. It's more just from the chest is rotating over. And if we keep the arms out in front, keep them locked, and try not to get the wrists involved at this point, then you're going to see this. You're going to see the hands inside the club head in this very nice position. And once you have that, you're going to be able to rotate up into the top of backswing position. And really the feel from there is just, you're going to feel the hips going to work back a little bit, and the shoulders are going to continue to rotate in posture. And all this is going to be so much easier for you because you have the fundamentals right. So if you skip to this stage and you didn't really work on your fundamentals and you didn't check them, this won't work. This won't be working very well for you. You'll struggle with this. Whereas if you have the fundamentals, it's easy. See how easy I can get into that position. And you can say, oh, you've done it for a long time. But it became a lot easier for me when I got my fundamentals correct. So then what you can do is hit some shots, some drills where you go 1, 2, check it on the camera, swing through. Doesn't really matter where it goes again at this stage. When you're working on your technique, it doesn't matter where it goes at all. Forget about the ball flight, forget about the expectation of where you want it to go. Just work on your technique. When you get to the course, then you take that away. You just swing freely and hope the moves that you've been working on are starting to incorporate into your natural swing on the course. So we've got our setup, takeaway, set, turn. Every time you're going to get the same contact most times unless you fire the arms in, and you're going to get very similar direction because you've got control of that club face. So final stage is in the downswing. Now I would spend a lot of time on your backswing before you come here, because you want to be in a position where you're coiled up, where your hips have turned to about here, your shoulders have turned a bit further. You've got the club in a position here where the arms are connected. It's not disconnected up here. Your hands way above your shoulder. Hands roughly want to feel like they get to about here, right? So filming your swing, checking these positions. And you also want to check that that club face is square. You can see about half the club face. There's all of it, there's none of it. You can see about half of it. So Once you have a position like this, then you're ready to start really grafting on that downswing. But what you're going to find is that if you've got that position at the top, your downswing's probably already started improving, right? So, what do we want to do? Well, it's very simple thing for you to practice. Start with your feet together. Take a step, turn up into that position you've worked on, and then feel like you're transferring that weight back across. Look what that does. All I did was move the pressure back to my left side, and this initial step into the backswing is what really let me feel the pressure shift, and I just sent that back, and that shallowed the club. It's got my lower body going first, and then when I unwind everything, I'm going to be more inside, more powerful, releasing that club through. So we start feet together. You can hit some shots like this. Feet together, step into position, and then you're going to set, right? So I'll show you this actually because you need to see it from face on. So there's normal setup. Bring the feet in, bring this foot into where the left one is, because we're going to step and then hit, just so you're in the right position. You'll see how this works. So I would go get your setup, bring the left foot into the right, step. You're going to feel this pressure moving in your feet. A little behind it. It is tricky to get the contact right, but I really feel like I'm driving pressure in that left side. Getting there. It's a move you really want to try and get mastered once you get all the rest of these elements correct. So it's step. There we go. You can just really feel the energy driving into this left leg, and then it shooting up, pushing up, this left leg pushing up. And as that happens, it's pulling everything in like this. And we're able to get right through with freedom. And it doesn't feel cramped or restricted in the impact zone and just after impact. So you've got the setup. You know you're in this position, right? We're just going to go step, move the weight. And that's the only thing I want you to practice while you start getting used to moving your left side. What it looks like from face on, so you can see it, is really coiled up, the pressure's on this right foot, and because I felt the weight move here, it's very easy for me to transfer it back. So it's, and then everything just unwinds. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. And when we put all of that together, I'm going to aim over for that flag on the left a little bit. Put all that together, you practice it over the course of a few months, you're going to be in a position where you can go into the golf shot and hit shots kind of like that. Balanced, powerful, very straight, and very consistent. So thanks again for watching this. If you would like to receive a free one-on-one consultation call with me where we bring up your swing, we look at it, we tell you exactly the best steps for you going forward, you can hit the link below and you'll have access to the calendar. You can book a call at your nearest convenience and that'll be with me, and we'll see what exactly you have to do. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.